What's going on? How's everybody doing? That's good. I had to come on and just say something, man. That was kind of touched me a little bit. Something I saw before, and I didn't really care for. I thought it wasn't good. I was watching on, I believe, YouTube. This ministry went to this gay parade, and some gay homosexual man, I think a lesbian woman, was coming out, and this ministry team, that's supposed to be of God, verbally attacked this homosexual man. And this homosexual man wasn't bothering nobody, and they just went out and attacked this guy full force. And see, what saddens me is that when I look at the word and I look at Christ, I'm not crying, it's just cold out here. I look at Christ, who is grace, forgave a lot of people. All of us have forgiveness through Christ. And we as believers, instead of showing Christ, a lot of people are not showing Christ. You know, they're not showing grace. They're not walking in the love of God towards people. There's a way that God gets his word across to people without having to beat them up for their sins. And when you look at homosexuality, same-sex relationships, it's a sexual sin. It's wrong. Well, so is fornication. So is adultery. All three of them are sexual sins. When you're out having orgies and stuff, if you are not married, and I mean married in the sight of God legally, guess what? And you are having sex, you are practicing sex without a spiritual license. God don't play that. So to beat up the homosexual, the lesbian, for their sexual sins, sexual preferences, and you're out fornicating, y'all, it's the same thing. It's a sexual sin in the sight of God. And then I've heard preachers say, oh, I don't need no tambourine playing man in my church, lead my choir. Fool, when you drive out one person for sinning, the whole church man was get up and go out. And this preacher, his child was in there playing on the drums. So I'm quite sure it's possible. His son was fornicating. So his son got to get up and go out to church. You know, and it's sad that we as believers don't show Christ more. We don't show grace. And it makes me wonder, are people really listening to this stuff? Are you really listening to grace and what Christ did on the cross? Did you see the woman that was caught in the act of adultery? And Jesus asked, woman, where are all your accusers? Did you see the men that were beside Christ on the cross that was caught in the act of what? Stealing? One of them confessed, I know thou art the Christ, and he went into paradise that day. So, you know, and then I was looking at this skit. Y'all might know it, Country Wayne skits, where Mama Brenda verbally shut down Amber for sleeping with Wayne. But the mama, as a believer, did not show grace. She sent the woman on her way, get off, you can't come in my house, and tore the woman up. She was already beat up. Why keep kicking people because they down? They don't understand. And then you go out drinking heavy, sinning, lusting, and doing all your mess. And that's crazy. But we got to learn what grace really is. We got to learn the truth about Christ, man, the forgiveness. Because, I mean, that really touched me, man. Like, what the world? And that guy all of them just standing there like, wow. And see, this is some of the reasons why people don't trust today. God talk. I mean, how can we believe more in God? How can we receive more? How can we pull more people into Christ, but you don't show it? That's like sometimes people go to churches and some of the ladies not dressed right. They don't have modest apparel. Maybe they're a little too provocative, sexual, exotic. Okay. Y'all should know by now that, or should know how to walk in the love of God. Turn your head. You don't see it. Teach them. That might be all they have. They might not even have church clothes or modest clothes like that. Give them a break, man. Show love more than anything. They'll learn. They probably feel guilty, but that's all right. So I just wanted to say that. Y'all have a good one. I might come back on today. I don't know what I'm doing today. Oh, I got an update on the little tent revival too.